Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. I'm Tom Poland, beaming out to you from the very, very sunny Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. Joined today by Simon Severino. We're in Vienna, Austria, where I believe it's got a bit of the white stuff falling out of the sky. Is that right? A fair bit of snow around?
We are snow, yes. Hello, Tom. Hello, Australia. Hello, everyone.
Last time I arrived in Vienna, it was -20, and my luggage was still in Singapore.
Oh,
And I oh boy, that was one cold morning. The first thing we did is we went to Aldi and got a whole lot of winter woolly stuff. Anyway, beautiful city. Simon is in Vienna, as you guys now know. Now Simon's thing, we've known each other for quite a few years. He's got this very, 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 very clever thing, wicked smart thing called strategy sprints. And it's a way to really intensify your focus and get extraordinary results in a short period of time. It's just a clever concept, and I love it to bits. It's not exactly the subject of our interview today, but we are going to follow a similar theme of thought, which is how to get some pretty extraordinary results in a very short space of time. Um, so I think we'll just rock on. A little bit about Simon, though. You'll find out more of them as we unpack this interview. But when he's not supercharging sales and increasing revenue, by the way, over the last 21 years, over $2 billion of revenue increases for his clients, which is gobsmackingly awesome. But in his time off, he enjoys swimming, hiking, running. I think you've done triathlons as well, or something crazy like that. Have you, Simon? Yeah.
yes, I was a triathlete before my three kids.
And right before the pre-kids, and whom a little birdie told me you actually tricked them into doing outdoor activities so you can ask them all awkward questions or something like that. That's quite clever.
Exactly. Because
But,
otherwise, how was school? Yeah, fine. But if I can get them out there in the woods, then they tell me what's actually going
right,
on.
what really are going on, bit more depth. All right, so subject today, folks, is how to increase your prices by 25% and have your clients happy about it. Our time is gonna start now. 7 minutes go. Who is your ideal client, Simon?
Coaches, advisors, agency owners of marketing agencies, IT agencies, design agencies, financial advisories.
Perfect. And what's the problem you solve for them? Talking about this interview, what's the problem you solve for them? To do with margins? What is it?
The sales problem, pricing, attracting the right people and keeping the right people at high margins. So what we love is really in optimizing their sales process from the very beginning, from lead gen to retainment. So the whole sales process is what we love doing. And either one of them has one bottleneck each week. So each week, maybe this week, lead gen might be the bottleneck. And so we solve that bottleneck specifically in a sprint of 7 days. And inside of those bottlenecks, the typical ones are the pricing power. What can we do so that we can charge 25% more and the client is happy about it because we're creating more value for them, either reducing costs or increasing value. And then another typical thing is, Simon, can we shorten it? It takes me too long to close a deal. So can we shorten it? And also there, we aim for 25% shorter sales time.
Right.
And so those are the typical bottlenecks that we see.
Okay, 5.5 minutes left. You've got you've explained some of the symptoms as well in that. So that's questions 3 done, and we can spend a bit more time on the next ones, which is really where we're unpacking the value. So let's talk about people who they're taking too long to close a deal. They're getting frustrated by that. They suspect there could be more margins if they just knew how to increase their prices in a way that didn't annoy clients. We're talking about growth-oriented individuals. What would you say are some of the common sales mistakes people are making that are dragging sales out, or some of the common pricing mistakes that people are making? Just brain dump for me. What are some of the big mistakes that people should avoid?
There are 28 mistakes that are doing and 28 things that they should do slightly better. And I've put them together. I will share later on the PDF with all 28. But let's click into one of them.
Okay.
One of them typically is they don't write down 5 levels deep who is their ideal client and who is the anti-ideal client.
Yeah.
So 5 levels deep means you say, okay, my ideal client is a sales manager of an organization that has so many people, let's say 300 people, and they are in this geography, and they are looking for this. They are hiring an SDR position, for example. And then the next thing is they run on Macintosh versus Windows. So that would be 5 levels deep, and it would be really clear. Now you have on the left side your ideal client, and on the right side, I want you to write down the 5 red flags. What's the opposite of that? So if they run on Windows, you shouldn't talk to them, and because you would waste their time and your time. And so you see, it becomes very granular. It takes just 10 minutes to do this exercise. We do it with every client.
Mm.
We just did it yesterday in our mastermind. And we redo it again and again every few months just to refine that. But this is one of the 28 things to do. And it's so simple. It's 10 minutes. But if you do it, you become much more intentional about who your ideal client is. You know also the opposite. And now you can give it to a freelancer, to an AI agent, and say, get me these people on my calendar.
And that because it empowers that person to find the people that are the ideal prospects or ideal clients. And the idea of the
Without that,
anti-client profile, I love that. Do you ever include psychological aspects in that, such as, you know, the anti-client might be people that always want a discount, or they might be people that always make decisions through committee meetings, and is that a part of the feature as well?
you know what's funny? First round, when our clients do that, it's 5 psychological
Oh,
criteria that
okay.
come out of that, which is great. Like this person wants to grow or they are coachable. It's
Right.
great because it's important. But if you give that to a freelancer or to an AI agent and say, get me these people on my calendar,
Point.
it's mission impossible. That's why we
Because they
say
don't, yeah, they don't, that it's not on their
do a
LinkedIn
second
profile that they're
round.
grumpy.
Yes. Yes. That's why we say do a second round. One where if I go to LinkedIn now and I want to fish 20 of them, I'm actually capable of bringing you those 20 people.
Right. So, and that's a really good point. Is you're empowering the person who's finding these people by describing the demographics that can be publicly visible, as opposed to the psychographics which are hidden until you meet that person. What about pricing? Do you see any common mistakes that people make about pricing? And folks, we're going to give you a resource you can go to and find out more about how to get higher margins, but just something that people can, listening to this, and go, oh, okay, that's a mistake I could avoid.
Yes. The next thing is when they go pricing, that their default is, oh, how can I make it as cheap as possible?
Mm.
So their first thing is, what are the others charging? As if that was a scientific process and
And
as if
they're
anybody
all
else
asking
knew
the
what.
same question. The others are asking the same questions as well.
Yes, they are just making it up,
Right.
and they have no clue most of the time, and they're just doing something, and they're just A/B testing. But you are taking that as a benchmark, putting it into your world,
Right.
and now you're trying to go lower. Like, how can I knock off 10% or give them 15%? Or hey, this is now minus 20%. Now you're starting a race to the bottom. You don't want to win a race to the bottom.
True.
What you actually want to be is increasing your positioning, being in a stronger position where they are happy to pay a little bit more
Mm.
because it's quality, it's safety. It gives them that safety that they're looking for. They're looking
That
for
that that
reducing
that
risks.
assurance, that confidence, that, yeah, a thing that costs a little
Exactly.
more is probably a much better quality product. Um, Sorry to cut that short, but free resource, question 6, 40 seconds left. Where can people go to find out more about this?
Yes, so we shared 2 of the 28. The other 26 you can unlock by going to strategysprints.com/pricing power. I've put together the 28 things that you can do. Takes you probably a week to implement them. And
Mm.
then you have refined 28 moments of your
Right.
possibility to charge 25% more and have your clients be happy about it.
Great value. So folks, that's strategysprints.com/pricing power. Simon, time is up, but I have to get this one in. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't? And the answer, please.
When are you coming back to Vienna, Tom?
When it's not -20. Simon, it's been a pleasure
Fair
as
enough.
always. Very much appreciate your time. Folks, go get this, the guide, strategysprints.com/pricing power. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you, Tom.
Yes.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.